Hello, welcome to the first Hempfield Happenings episode of the 2025-2026 school year. I'm your host, Reese Geiger. We have so much in store for this episode, all the way from organized events, future plans for the district, and an in-depth sports report. Let's get started. First, we are going to follow Noah Valley and his trip to Landisville Middle School and Hempfield High School to see how they're remembering the heroes of 9/11.
Each year, students at both Landisville Middle School and Hempfield High School participate in activities that help to commemorate the lives lost on September 11th, 2001.
Formerly known as the Landisville Mile, the Patriot Day run occurs each year at LMS on September 11th. This year will be the 10th anniversary of the run under the new name.
Well, we know that 9/11, we lost approximately 3,000, and I wanted to take something that everybody has a bad day, and you have to learn to push through things. But at the same time, we want to recognize the loss of life.
During the run, students participate in various exercises like push-ups, sit-ups, and mountain climbers. The goal is to complete between 22 and 42 repetitions of these exercises, which hold significant importance in the broader context of the 9/11 tragedy.
And the 22 represents being aware that there are 22 attempted suicides or suicides a day for veterans. And then the 42 represents the first initial losses that we had in the global warfare on terrorism with PA Guardsmen.
Similarly, students in Hempfield's military fitness course have the opportunity to engage in a stair climb each year to commemorate the events of September 11th. The goal for the students participating is to climb 2,200 stairs, or 110 stories, which is the same number of steps that a first responder would have climbed in the World Trade Center.
That they might not have had before just from hearing stories or seeing videos. They're actually out here doing it and working.
It really opens your eye. I mean, just carrying 25 pounds in your back, a lot of the time they were carrying up to 50 pounds. I mean, it's a lot less, but it's still really hard to just imagine all that extra weight you had to carry.
The anniversaries of tragic events like these attacks often bring back vivid memories of people's lives during those moments.
All of these guys weren't born. I can still remember being my 7th grade history class and kind of how that day felt. So just them kind of putting themselves into that situation and those individuals' shoes, I think it helps them a little bit. And it gives them a real world connection where they're...
I was right here. Actually, I was walking down the hallway, FCS hallway, and then our guidance counselor, Mr. Stout, in passing, he mentioned something to me that we'd been attacked.
The events of September 11th continue to influence the emotions and the actions of individuals in the present day.
Yes, I did. A friend of mine from college, he was a quarterback at Westchester. I was a receiver. He actually graduated from Hershey. And Michael Horrocks, he was a Marine. He flew C-130s in the Marine Corps. He got out and he was the first officer of the first plane that went into the Trade Center.
They weren't worried about themselves. They were worried about other people's safety. They were going head first into the fire, knowing there was a chance they wouldn't come out, but they didn't care because they gave their life. They loved to do it.
In reference to the phrase associated with the tragedy, it is crucial that we never forget the events of September 11th, 2001.
It's a good way for the public to be aware of what's happening globally, and that we must be forever vigilant and understand that our way of life and the freedom that we so much cherish can be easily taken away from us.
September 11th, a day that forever changed United States history, continues to shape our nation. Student participation in events like the Patriot Day run at Landisville Middle School and the 9/11 stair climb in the Hempfield High School military fitness course honors the lives lost. These events serve as enduring reminders of how a single day can redefine a generation. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Noah Valley.
I'm here with Head Principal Dr. Brossman to talk about the Try New Things topic of this school year. So, with the Try New Things, is there anything new that we're trying this school year?
Hempfield High School has a lot of new things going on this year. We have a new website for the community to access to learn about what's going on at the high school. We are going to be debuting a new security system to the students in a couple weeks. And our student council has really embraced the theme of Try New Things. Something else that's really new that's coming up is our building project. So we're encouraging people to come out to the community meetings about that, to learn more about the building project, so that they feel informed and connected to what we're going to be doing over the next 4 or 5 years here.
So yeah, on the topic of new things, is there anything everyone should expect for the new building? Any changes that might happen that people should be aware of?
So no changes to the campus this school year. At the end of this school year is when construction should begin. And so we'll have to do some careful planning for next year, because with construction being on campus, obviously the traffic patterns and parking will have to adjust. We will not need to adjust our classes for the most part. We'll have access to the whole building as we have it now. We just might need to come in and out of that building a little different for a little while. The only program that I can share that definitely does need to find a new home for 2 years of construction is our preschool program. Because of where it's located, the preschool drop-off circle is right kind of where the new building, parts of the new building are being built. So we're going to lose access to the preschool. And so it was decided that we're going to move our preschool program over to the Landisville Education Center so that there's a nice drop-off loop and we can still run that program.
So is there going to be any changes to like stadium, other buildings, anything like that?
It's a great question. So yes, because we're building the new high school, or the new portion of the high school over the baseball field needs to get moved, and that's the school board just approved the initial work to start building a new baseball field next to the quad and just north of Landisville Primary Center. It's on the old site of Landisville Intermediate Center, for those of you familiar with our campus. So that will be changing. So we'll be getting a new baseball field. The softball field, which is on the other side of the quad parking lot, will be getting the same upgrades that the baseball field gets. So new dugouts, new infield, things are getting shifted. That field needs some more drainage, but so we're excited to have both those fields really enhanced. And then we're looking at some enhancements at the high school stadium as well. The biggest thing we need to address are bathrooms. We don't have enough bathroom facilities, so we're looking to add bathroom facilities, some more seating, especially we'd like to be able to have the student section in the end zone. So I'm excited about that. That won't be for this year. We're trying to have that in place for next year. I know that they're looking at some press box upgrades, lighting upgrades, and upgrades to make the stadium more handicap accessible.
I'm super excited about it. So thank you so much for talking with me.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me, and I'm super excited to see all the new things that our students try this year.
Yes, I am too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Black Knight Nation. The fall sports are underway here in Landisville. Let's have a look at how all of our fall sports teams are doing. First off, let's tee off with some golf. The Hempfield golf team opened to Overlook with Landon Chandler and Owen Nouse leading the way, each shooting 82. Chase Durgel and Ethan Ashba followed at 15 and 19 over par. At the home match at Four Seasons, Luke Baling shot a team best 78 with Chandler close behind at 80. Ryan Martin and Durgel added steady rounds at Warwick. Chandler fired another 82 with an eagle on his first hole, and Baling carded at 83. At Ephrata, Baling led with 3 birdies and an 81, while Durgel scored 83 in the finale at Cedar Crest. Chandler posted an 80 with a birdie, and Baling finished at 82. Overall, Hempfield delivered a solid season, consistently in the middle of the pack with several strong individual rounds. Great job, Knights! Now let's go to boys soccer. Coach Mark Ashley's squad opened strong, rolling past Reading 6-1 after dropping their next game at Dallastown. The Knights bounced back in their home opener. Cooper Halverson struck early and Nook Woodfill sealed it late for a 2-1 win over Wilson. They split their next two, falling to Conestoga Valley, but shutting out Elizabethtown to move to 3-2. Then came their statement win, a 6-0 shutout at Central York, led by Sebastian Smith's back-to-back goals and a clean sheet from Grant Slutter. Hempfield kept rolling and beating McCaskey 5-2 and Cedar Crest 4-2, now sitting at 6-2 on the year. With big matches ahead against Township, Warwick, and Penn Manor, the Knights are pushing hard toward the playoffs. Now let's go over to some tennis. Let's take a moment and look at how our girls' tennis team is doing. The girls' tennis season started versus Exeter at home, and the Black Knights kept it close and took both doubles for some dubs, but lost the singles matches. All three of them went to a third set tiebreaker where Hempfield ultimately lost 2-3. The Knights, now 0-1, travel to Conestoga Valley where they get some solid victory in singles and doubles matches to secure the first win of their young season with a final score of 4-3. Kiana Nigan and Rose Durrett earned singles wins. Wynn and Durrett also grabbed a win in the doubles column. Sylvia Stewart and Anna Mott also grabbed a doubles win. Now 1-1, the Knights get to take on Elizabethtown, where they easily grabbed the sweep to improve to 2-1 on the season. Next up is Red Lion on the road, where they look to grab their third consecutive win, which the girls do just that with another sweep, making their record 3-1 on the season. Now finally, back at home, Hempfield gets to battle Lampeter Strasburg, where Rose Durrett takes her first set with a score of 6-0, and the Black Knights continue their reign with another sweep, making the record now 4-1 on the season. Now back on the road, the girls get to travel to Cedar Crest, where they are able yet again to sweep. With their fourth consecutive sweep, the Black Knights are now 5-1 on the season, with Penn Manor coming up next, at home. Penn Manor put up a little bit of a fight to avoid the sweep, but still, the Black Knights posed unstoppable, defeating Penn Manor with a final score of 6-1. Kiana Wynn, Rose Wendell, and Rose Durrett all swept their singles matches. Hempfield is now 6-1 on the season, which now they have to host Wilson, though, who is trying to keep the winning streak alive. The Black Knights finally fell to Wilson, with a final score of 3-4. Rose Wendell, Kiana Wynn won singles, but that was not enough to secure the win for the Black Knights, who are now 6-2 on the season. Looking ahead, the Black Knights have some pretty good matchups coming up, including Manheim Township, Ephrata, and Lebanon. Hempfield is already in pretty good position for playoffs, though, so look out for the Black Knights to attempt to grab some playoff victories. Best of luck to the girls' tennis team. Now we're into America's game, otherwise known as football. The Black Knights are looking to have a solid season this year. Behind starters Derek Ketch and Caden Buckwater, it's definitely possible. But let's first see what brought Derek and Caden to this final season of Hempfield football.
In Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, two young boys discovered a passion for football, starting a journey that would shape their lives forever.
I would say my brother and my family. I would always go to his practices when he was younger. I remember I was 4 years old, just out in the grass watching him, and then they asked me if I wanted to join his flag team, so I was pretty excited about that, and then just fell in love with it ever since.
I'd say my dad was my biggest inspiration. You know, as a kid growing up, Sundays watching the Birds play with him and seeing how much he cared about football kind of motivated me to want to do it, maybe make him proud.
For Derek Ketch and Caden Buckwater, the journey began with unique first experiences, learning the game, forging new relationships, and confronting unexpected challenges along the way.
Just playing with my brother and then just learning the game also, and just all the people you meet along the way, and just all the friendships and relationships that you build.
Oh, so my first year of football was actually pretty rough. It's kind of a humbling moment for me. I was second or third string. We lost a game, and the C team coach actually told me it was my fault we lost. So that was definitely a pretty brutal moment, but things got better from there. Had a lot of fun playing C team, B team the whole way through to now.
From his humble beginnings in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, Derek has grown from a passionate young dreamer into a dedicated athlete, now leading his team with skill and determination on the field.
I would say that I try to be like a team player, so I try to connect with like every person on the team no matter what their role is. So I try to be connected with everyone throughout, and I try to show like what you should be doing and how to do it, and like how you should be working hard and how to be there for your teammates.
Crafting a championship football team is no easy feat. It demands months of grueling preparation, off-season workouts, and relentless training. Caden is determined to turn this vision into reality for Hempfield football.
I mean, it all starts in the weight room. There's a reason we start up a month after our season ends. Everyone's in the weight room. You know, you can be athletic, you can be quick, but you're going out there, you're playing against grown men, guys that are 200 pounds, like bigger than you. So you definitely have to be strong enough and big enough to hold your own. I mean, starting right now, getting guys in the weight room, as mentioned earlier, like teamwork, like I think our senior class has gotten a lot tighter than ever before. We've been hanging out outside of football, outside of lifts, like just really creating like bonds that were never there before. Obviously, you mentioned previous records. I'd like to improve that, but that doesn't come easy. We're gonna have to have guys there right now, all summer, just working hard and being like separating ourselves from the rest of the teams.
Derek has a bold plan for this season, kicking off with a pivotal Week 1 matchup that could set the tone for Hempfield's championship journey.
Definitely getting that win against Dallastown to start it off, because we lost to them last year, and then just winning the next game, and then hopefully just keep winning in the playoffs and just having fun.
Derek and Caden have both played this sport for almost 10 years now. They have seen the good sides and the bad, which allows them to have some wise advice for young players aspiring to play at a high level of football.
Just work hard. I mean, put on weight, work out, lift. Don't talk. Let your work do the talking. Let your size do the talking. Like really ball out on the field instead of telling everyone how good you are.
Just keep working hard and just have fun with your friends, honestly. Just having fun is the most important part. And just trying to leave Hempfield football in a better spot than I came into.
From backyard games to high-stakes Friday nights, Derek Catch and Caden Buckwater's journey is a testament to what passion, perseverance, and purpose can build. Their stories remind us that champions aren't just made under the lights. They're forged in early mornings, tough losses, and unwavering belief. They now pass the torch to the next generation of Hempfield Black Knights. For Studio 7, I'm Tyler Constein.
Now let's see how the Black Knights started off their season. The Knights started their season with a home opener against the Dallastown Wildcats. The game started as a defensive battle, holding scoreless after the first quarter. But Dallastown strikes first, going up 7-0. Fast forward to the fourth quarter, and Ethan Caldwell drives in 2 touchdowns from behind the line of scrimmage, leading the Knights to a 16-7 victory over Dallastown, making them 1-0 to start the season. Now on to Week 2, Hempfield makes the drive to Bearcat Nation, where they have to take on the William Penn Bearcats. William Penn was 0-1 going into this game against the 1-0 Black Knights of Hempfield. Hempfield rushed out of the gates with another Ethan Caldwell touchdown, his third of the season. Brady Biscoe makes it 10-0 with a field goal going into the half. William Penn scores a touchdown early in the fourth quarter to make it 10-6. But the Black Knights answer back with an 88-yard touchdown pass from Derek Catch to Orion Abrams. Biscoe, though, misses the extra point, which now makes it an interesting game, being 16-8, Knights on top with just under 5 minutes to go into the fourth quarter. Going into the final seconds, Hempfield is back at the 20, ready to punt the ball away. Biscoe launches the ball down to the opposite 20-yard line to William Penn's Siobhan Anderson Jr. Siobhan takes this punt down the sideline for an 80-yard touchdown to tie the game up with 30 seconds left. William Penn gets the 2-point conversion to send the game into overtime. And in overtime, Hempfield, of course, gets to start with the ball here, but they were unable to convert, giving the ball back to William Penn. The first play of William Penn's possession, they throw a touchdown into the end zone, ultimately giving William Penn the victory. Now, Hempfield football is 1-1 on the season after suffering a brutal loss to William Penn on the road. As Week 3 is underway, Hempfield looks at some changes in the running back position. Matt Talbot, Dante Lewis, and Cooper Keever all split touches in this exhilarating battle between the Black Knights and the Mustangs. Mifflin strikes first with a rushing touchdown to make it 7-0 Mustangs on top. Early on, it seemed like nothing was going Hempfield's way until Caden Buckwater intercepted Mifflin's pass and took it to the house for 6. Tie game. Starting off in the second half, quarterback Derek Catch floats a beautiful pass over to Zion Caban, which is caught deep in the end zone for a touchdown. Hempfield gets the ball back and drives down the field and gets within the 10-yard line, where they go 3 and out. And now they're forced to go for the field goal. 30 seconds left on the clock. A field goal would tie the game here. So Biscoe kicks it, the field goal's up, and comes short. given Mifflin the win over Hempfield. The game ended 20-19 with Mifflin winning. Hempfield did, though, gain 2 more points off of a safety very, very late in the game. Now 1-2, Hempfield moves on to Week 3 against McCaskey. Hempfield instantly starts pure dominance over the Red Tornado, with Orion Abrams having 3 touchdowns, Zion Caban with 2 touchdowns, and Matt Talbot also had 3 touchdowns. The defense held McCaskey to only 6 points, making the final score 56-6. Hempfield now moves on to 2-2 after the 4th week of play. But the Black Knights look to go on a winning streak with Township coming up, followed by Penn Manor. The rest of the season looks like it could hold some ups and downs, but ultimately, Hempfield should have a solid season, going 6-4 or 5-5, securing a playoff spot. Good luck to the Hempfield football team. I want to give a special shout out to the Hempfield cheerleading squad, who works countless hours, days in and days out, to cheer on our football team. Also, a shout out to the marching night, who gives all that entertainment on game day. They also practice many, many hours during the course of a week. Now to Hempfield girls soccer. The night opened with a thriller against Elizabethtown. Kate Groff delivered a hat trick to tie it 3-3, but the match ended in double overtime as a draw. After a tough loss at Exeter, Hempfield bounced back on the road. Groff and Annabelle Peralta lifted them past Governor Mifflin 2-1, and Maggie Brennan scored the lone goal in a 1-0 win at Hershey. Back home, they fell in overtime to Ephrata, but quickly responded with a 2-0 shutout over Cedar Crest. That puts the Knights at 3-2-1 on the season. With tough matchups ahead against Township, Conestoga Valley, and York Suburban, Hempfield is pushing to lock in for a playoff spot. Cross country, let's go to the land of the runners. Hempfield cross-country squad started off with a little competition in the Lidditz. The team ran well, but 2 guys came out victorious with medals. Liam Hodge got 7th overall, and Carlo Abello got 22nd overall, running great times for the opener. In their first league match, Hempfield beat Penn Manor 15-49. Now in cross-country, the lower score wins, so that means Hempfield won there. In their second match, the Knights took care of business again and won 26-31 against Lebanon, advancing them to 2-0 in the season. Now in the meet of September 9th, the boys and girls both defeated Ephrata and lost to McCaskey, with Liam Hodge and Claire Saad leading the way. Hodge ran a 16-22 in the meet. Hempfield has a few other meets throughout the season, going against many teams in the LL. The cross-country team, who started off well, is looking to grab some more key victories and try for a section title. Best of luck to the cross-country team. Now, let's look at hockey. On the field, the Hempfield field hockey team started their season off at home against Manheim Central. The Barons kept it close with Hempfield, but the Black Knight Rumble was way too much. Hempfield strikes quick and fast to grab the 4-3 win over Manheim Central. Now, they face Exeter at home. Avery Mayer opened up with a quick goal to put Hempfield up 1-0. Talia Lieber had the assist right before the half. Alexa DeBoard slapped in another goal to make it 2-0 Hempfield. Another assist for Talia as well there. And finally, Talia got a goal for herself. Talia Lieber hits in the 3rd goal to make it 3-0 Black Knights. To end off the game, Talia Lieber hits in her 2nd goal of the night, giving her a final stat line of 2 goals and 2 assists. The Black Knights advanced to 2-0 on the season with a dominating 4-0 win over Exeter. Now the girls have to travel to Conestoga Valley, where they are looking to advance to 3-0 on the season. The game was an absolute battle between both teams that was tied 3-3 at the end of regulation. Unfortunately, the Buckskins of Conestoga Valley pulled out the victory with a game-winning goal in overtime. Now the Black Knights are 2-1 in the season. Coming back home, Hempfield gets to host Northern York to try to keep a losing streak from extending. Talia Lieber strikes first with an early goal to make it 1-0 Hempfield on top, but Northern York evens it up in the 2nd quarter. Then, Northern York explodes into an offensive frenzy. They score 3 more goals before the half to go up 4-1 at halftime, and it doesn't end there. Northern York scores a total of 7 goals, while Hempfield only got 1 more. So with a final score of 7-2, Hempfield falls to 1-2 on the season. In the 2nd game of their home stretch, they have to take on the Falcons of Cedar Crest. Cedar Crest strikes first, but Hempfield answers back with a goal from Shamise Khani to make it 1-1. In the 3rd quarter, Allison Rush puts Hempfield ahead 2-1 with a crisp goal. Then at the end, Allison Rush puts the game away with a beautiful goal to give Hempfield the 3-1 win over the Falcons. Hempfield is now 3-2 on the season, and another Hempfield team that's sitting at about .500, hoping to grab some key wins against Ephrata, Township, and Warwick before the season comes to a close at Wilson up in West Lawn. The field hockey squad is another playoff dark horse for Hempfield sports. Good luck, field hockey. Now, let's look at the last one, Hempfield Girls Volleyball. Hempfield Volleyball went underway at home against Southwestern. Both teams had great volleys and kills, but overall, Hempfield had the better game, winning the first set 25-21. The second set was not much different. Hempfield was just more dominant, winning 25-16, and in the third and final set, the Black Knights showed zero mercy, grabbing the sweep with a 25-13 win. With a quick 1-0 start on the season, the Black Knights looked to travel to Ephrata to try to advance to 2-0. And Hempfield kept it close and took the first set win 26-24. Then in the second set, it was even closer. Going into a bit of an overtime, Hempfield grabbed a 34-32 set win to put them up 2-0 on the set. Now they go for the sweep. The Black Knights get it with ease, with a final set score of 25-15, giving Hempfield the overall victory, improving their record to 2-0 on the season. After 2 consecutive sweeps, Hempfield is back at home to take on Conestoga Valley, which they take care of business again, getting another sweep, 3 consecutive sweeps, to make the Knights 3-0 on the season. Now back on the road, Hempfield looks to take on the Comets of Penn Manor, maybe even try to get their 4th consecutive sweep, and they do just that. Pure dominance over the Comets. Even though the last set was a bit of a close one, being 27-25, Peyton Groff led the Knights with 29 assists against the Comets, improving the Black Knights' record to 4-0 on the season. Trying to remain undefeated, the Knights host Cedar Crest in a hopeful battle where they dominate the first game 25-8. Kennedy Strasman had a run of 8 straight serves, and the Black Knights just don't slow down, capturing another sweep against Cedar Crest. Now 5-0 on the season, with another home game now in the block. Hempfield gets to take on the Bears of Elizabethtown, and in the first set, Hempfield wins 25-12 in a dominant fashion. Then again, won 25-17. And finally, in a close third set, swept the Bears to make them 6-0 with 6 straight sweeps. Girls volleyball team so far has been perfect, undefeated with 6 straight sweeps, and is showing no mercy, and looks to try to remain undefeated with some good matchups against Cedar Crest, North Allegheny, and of course, Township. Hempfield then will look to go far in the playoffs. Best of luck to the girls volleyball team. The Hempfield Black Knights fall teams are off to a great start this season. And with the season closing in fast, the teams will all be pushing for playoffs before we know it. Best of luck to all the Hempfield Fall sports teams, and of course, go Knights. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Tyler Constein.
Look out for HSD TV7 Sports coming up, as Tyler will be doing multiple broadcasts of the various sports throughout the year. Thank you for tuning in to Hempfield Happenings. See you next month.